every single day, about 1 million new users were joining WhatsApp. Facebook acquired WhatsApp for 19 billion US dollars.
You bought WhatsApp for $19 billion. Why did you do it and what does it mean?
And there are reports that Google offered about $10 billion for WhatsApp. How did WhatsApp beat its competitors like Skype and BlackBerry Messenger? But WhatsApp was also available on Nokia and BlackBerry phones from 2010 itself. WhatsApp becomes a super app or no? Further, e-commerce company can send order details through WhatsApp using WhatsApp Business API. Why did one founder tweeted to tell people to delete Facebook? What was wrong with Facebook? Now, are really Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg so bad? Well, to understand the story of WhatsApp, we need to go back to the year 2009. This was the year when WhatsApp was co-founded by ex-Yahoo employees Brian Acton and Yang Um. There is an interesting story behind one of the co-founder, Brian Acton. Brian had applied for the job at Facebook, but he did not get selected. So he tweeted, "Facebook turned me down looking for life's next adventure." And that next adventure was WhatsApp. Later in February 2014, FB acquired WhatsApp for $19 billion.
Facebook, the world's largest social network, has agreed to buy WhatsApp for as much as $19 billion.
The most expensive deal Facebook has ever made.
Today we know WhatsApp as an application where we can chat, form groups, and update our status through text, image, and videos. But back in February 2009, WhatsApp was just a status update application where users could update whether they are available, busy, at school, etc. but only when text. This was WhatsApp version 1.0. The pain point that the founders were trying to solve here was that, imagine I'm calling my friend. He does not pick my call. Again I call and again he does not pick my call. And after 2 hours he calls me back and says, "Sorry Kishore, I couldn't pick your phone because I was at the theater watching movie." So the founders thought that if there was an application where people could update their status, it would be easy to know their status and then contact the person. In the given example, before calling my friend, I could check his status and come to know that he is in theater watching movie. Now, though the idea sounds good, but it was not a big hit back then. Then something magical happened. What happened was, iPhone introduced push notification in June 2009. Yes, iPhone did not have push notification for 2 years since its launch in June 2007. But luckily for WhatsApp, iPhone introduced push notification just after months WhatsApp was released. So WhatsApp got the benefit of iPhone's push notification. Whenever a user updated his or her status in WhatsApp, every person in user's contact list would get a notification saying so and so has updated his or her status. Now, it is important to remember here that back then notifications were completely new, so the chances of people clicking the notification was also very high. WhatsApp benefited from iPhone's push notification. People started using WhatsApp more frequently to update their status and also view other status. Then the founders noticed a trend that people were using WhatsApp to communicate with themselves. So the founders came through an idea to send messages to contacts over internet. Now, this was not a completely new idea. There were similar products in the market like Skype and BlackBerry Messenger. But anyways, the founders decided to include chat in WhatsApp and started to work on it. And after a few weeks of coding and iteration, WhatsApp version 2.0 was released, and thus making WhatsApp an messaging application. Now, messaging became a huge success and WhatsApp started growing. And that growth has not stopped still today, even after having 2 billion monthly active users. But the question here is, how did WhatsApp beat its competitors like Skype and BlackBerry Messenger, and what can we learn from that? Well, 2 major reasons. One is that it supported every platform from very early days. To understand this, let's take this chart. So what's happening here is there is 2 columns. Column number 1 WhatsApp and column number 2 BlackBerry Messenger. If you see, in the case of WhatsApp, WhatsApp released an iOS app in November 2009. Further, WhatsApp released an Android app in August 2010. But if you see, in the case of BlackBerry Messenger released an iOS app only in October 2013. Which means that for 4 long years when WhatsApp was growing strong in iOS, BlackBerry Messenger did not even have an iOS app. Similarly, BlackBerry Messenger also released an Android app only in October 2013. So one of the reasons why BlackBerry did not release an iOS and Android version of BlackBerry Messenger early on was that BlackBerry did not wanted to lose the exclusive status that BlackBerry Messenger had with BlackBerry phones. But with time, as BlackBerry phones got out of the market, BlackBerry Messenger also got out of the market. Now, not only WhatsApp got hold of iOS and Android, two major operating systems when they were growing, but WhatsApp was also available on Nokia and BlackBerry phones from 2010 itself, which meant that when these operating systems started to lose its market share to Android and iOS, the users of Nokia and BlackBerry were already using WhatsApp in their respective phones. And when they switched to Android and iOS, they also started to use WhatsApp in Android and iOS. So the two reasons for success of WhatsApp is that number one, making WhatsApp available for all major platforms like Nokia, BlackBerry, iOS and Android from very early days. And the second reason for success of WhatsApp was that WhatsApp was a better alternative to SMS. That is, in case of SMS, people could text their contacts but mostly were charged. Example, 60 paise per message or 50 paise per message as the case may be. But on the other hand, WhatsApp was completely free. Users had to just pay for the internet and send any number of messages to any number of people in their contacts, as compared to SMS where people were paying 60 paise or 50 paise for a message. Now these two reasons worked wonders for WhatsApp, and WhatsApp was able to win the messaging market. After winning the market, it was time to monetize. That is, it was time to choose the revenue model. But what the founders of WhatsApp did was unique. Now, what did the founders of WhatsApp do? The founders of WhatsApp had two options for monetization. Option 1 was to show advertisements. But if this option was selected, then users' data had to be collected and analyzed. But the founders of WhatsApp were against collecting users' data and profiling it for showing advertisement. The founders wanted to keep WhatsApp away from advertisement. In other words, the founders of WhatsApp hated ads. They hated so much that one of the founders, Brian Acton, had a handwritten poster stuck near his table saying, "No ads, no games, no gimmicks, Brian Acton." Now, because they didn't want it to go with advertisements, option 2 was to ignore ads and go for a subscription model similar to that of Netflix, wherein users had to take a subscription plan to use WhatsApp. The founders of WhatsApp selected option 2 and went with a subscription plan. But anyways, the subscription plan could not stop the growth of WhatsApp, and by 2013, WhatsApp had about 200 million active users. And this 200 million active users sent about 100 million messages in a day. Yes, 100 million messages in a day, and that too way back in 2013. And every single day, about 1 million new users were joining WhatsApp.
It's adding some 1 million new users every day.
Now, the growth of WhatsApp at this scale was really disturbing for Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. So in February 2014, Facebook acquired WhatsApp for $19 billion.
Facebook has bought the mobile messaging service WhatsApp for $19 billion.
To give you a little context, FB acquired Instagram just 2 years ago in 2012 for $1 billion.
Instagram was snapped up by Facebook for $1 billion.
But it paid $19 billion for WhatsApp. Now, why did FB pay such a premium for WhatsApp as compared to Instagram?
You bought WhatsApp for $19 billion. Why did you do it and what does it mean?
As it turns out, there are two main reasons. The first reason for acquisition of WhatsApp was that though by 2014 Facebook had about 800 million users and Instagram had about 200 million users, but the kind of users that WhatsApp had was completely different from that of Facebook and Insta. Now, how was WhatsApp's users different from that of users of Facebook and Insta? For example, let's say if I want to order some food from my nearby restaurant. In this case, I would not follow the restaurant's owner in his Instagram or Facebook handle. Rather, I would save his contact number and then give him a call or message in order to order my food. And WhatsApp had tapped into this market. That is, a person could text anyone on his contact using WhatsApp, which even Facebook and Instagram didn't have, with 800 million and 200 million users respectively. So the first reason for Facebook acquiring WhatsApp was that the network that WhatsApp had was completely different and unique as compared to the network of Facebook and Instagram. Secondly, Google also wanted to acquire WhatsApp, and there are reports that Google offered about $10 billion for WhatsApp. So if this option manifested, then Google would have successfully entered the social media market after multiple failures with Orkut, Google Wave, Google Plus and Google Buzz. And after the acquisition of WhatsApp, Google would have competed with Facebook from head to toe, which would have been a nightmare for Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. This is why Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg paid $19 billion for WhatsApp. Post-acquisition, all WhatsApp's employees became Facebook's employees, along with the founders of WhatsApp. And further, WhatsApp functioned as an independent entity. Then in January 2016, the subscription model followed by WhatsApp before acquisition was completely scrapped off, and it became the WhatsApp as we know it today. Free to download and free to use messaging application. The reason for subscription being waived away was that many people didn't have credit cards, mainly in developing countries like India, Indonesia, etc. Because of which they were unable to pay the $1 fee. And secondly, making the app free would encourage more users to join the app, helping to increase its user base as compared to subscription model. Till this point, everything worked fine for the founders of WhatsApp and Facebook until September 2017, when Brian Acton, one of the co-founders of WhatsApp, left Facebook. Further, in April 2018, another co-founder of WhatsApp, Yang Kom, also quit Facebook. Now, founders quitting company after acquisition is a common thing. But what is uncommon here is that one of the founder, Brian Acton, after quitting Facebook, tweeted saying it is time to delete Facebook. Now, time to delete Facebook from a person like Brian, who sold his company to Facebook, is not at all good for Facebook. Further, the founders of WhatsApp also had millions of unvested shares. Now, what is unvested shares? Well, to understand unvested shares, let's take example of two companies. Company 1 is the acquiring company and company 2 is the acquired company. Now, in our case, Facebook is the acquiring company and WhatsApp is acquired company. So generally what happens is that the acquiring company, in our case Facebook, would want the founders of acquired company to be in the company for a period of 3 to 4 years so that the transition process is smooth. And in order to incentivize the founders to continue being in the company, what the acquiring company does is, it says that if the founders worked for 4 years from the date of acquisition, then the founders would get $1 billion. But this $1 billion would vest in the period of 4 years. That is, in year 1, $250 million would vest, and in year 2, another $250 million, year 3, another $250, and finally in the 4th year, completely $1 billion would be vested. Now, in case if the founder decides to leave the company after 2 years, then he could take only $500 million of vested shares, whereas he has to let go another $500 million of unvested shares. So this is unvested shares. In the case of WhatsApp, Brian had $850 million of unvested shares and Koum had $1 billion of unvested shares. Now, why did the founders of WhatsApp quit Facebook? Further, why did one founder tweeted to tell people to delete Facebook? What was wrong with Facebook? And why were they ready to let go their millions of unvested shares to quit Facebook early? Now, as per an interview given by Brian Acton to Forbes in October 2018, Brian mentioned that he was pressurized by Mark Zuckerberg and Sheryl Sandberg to monetize WhatsApp. Further, he also mentioned that Facebook also questioned the encryption of WhatsApp that he had built. And with time, the relation between Facebook and founders of WhatsApp deteriorated more and more and more, and eventually Brian quit Facebook in September 2017. And also, he donated $50 million to Signal Foundation, a direct competitor of WhatsApp, and a strong statement to make against Facebook-owned WhatsApp. Now, are really Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg so bad? In the same interview to Forbes, Brian also mentioned that it is not that people at Facebook are bad. They are just good business people. So, what is happening here is that there is two take on revenue model of WhatsApp. On one side, there is Facebook, who want to offer the product free and collect data and show advertisement to users. While on the other hand, people like the co-founders of WhatsApp wanted to offer a subscription model instead of collecting people's data to show advertisements. In case of WhatsApp, Facebook ultimately won, thanks to $19 billion that it paid for acquiring WhatsApp. The founders of WhatsApp had to leave Facebook, leaving WhatsApp completely in control of Facebook so that FB can monetize WhatsApp however they want. And that's what Facebook did. Currently, there is no advertisement in WhatsApp, but WhatsApp makes money through WhatsApp Business API. Before understanding how WhatsApp makes money by selling WhatsApp Business API, we need to understand what an API is for. API stands for Application Programmer Interface. The best example to understand API is Google Map. Say you want to book a ride in Uber. The map that Uber shows will have a Google watermark. Well, this is because Uber has programmed Google Maps API inside its own application, hence the name Application Programmer Interface, for which Google will charge some amount from Uber. So similarly, WhatsApp has launched WhatsApp Business API. This API from WhatsApp lets business to integrate WhatsApp with their CRM softwares like Zendesk, because of which large businesses can get in touch with their customers through WhatsApp. Let me give you an example. Make My Trip can send ticket details and travel updates through WhatsApp using the WhatsApp Business API. Further, e-commerce company can send order details through WhatsApp using WhatsApp Business API. So what WhatsApp is trying to do here is that medium and large businesses will communicate with their customers through WhatsApp Business API and pay for it, whereas small businesses will communicate with their customers using WhatsApp Business app, which can be freely downloaded from Play Store or App Store. And according to TechCrunch, WhatsApp Business app has already crossed 200 million monthly active users. Further, in future, Meta will try to make WhatsApp as a super app. Just a small explanation of super app. Super app is that app through which one can interact with all businesses. Example, if WhatsApp successfully becomes a super app, then a person can order food, groceries, all from WhatsApp itself. And if you see, WhatsApp has already laid foundations to build itself into a super app, like allowing payments in WhatsApp. Now this step is an important step in becoming a super app because anything you buy, you'll have to pay for it. So we need to wait and see whether WhatsApp becomes a super app or no. That's it for WhatsApp. I hope you have learned a lot of things from the journey of WhatsApp, but the journey of Meta is not yet over. After acquiring Insta for $1 billion and WhatsApp for $19 billion, it did not stop there.
What comes next? What, $1 billion for Instagram, 19 billion for WhatsApp, and, well, what's next?
In 2014, it also acquired Oculus for $2 billion.
Today, the social networking giant announced its first ever acquisition of a hardware company.
Facebook has acquired virtual reality headset maker Oculus VR for $2 billion.
Now, why did Facebook acquire Oculus? Why did Facebook change its name to Meta? What is Meta trying to do with virtual reality? The answer to all these questions in the next episode of the Meta story. Further, Meta kept on releasing VR headsets like the Quest 2, Quest 3 and Quest Pro.
And I'm excited to share with all of you Oculus Quest 2.
Most of the people had mixed feelings about Mark Zuckerberg and the Quest headsets until Apple came on with one more thing.
But we do have one more thing.
Now, the question is, where is the VR industry headed? And what is the position of Mark Zuckerberg and Meta in the VR industry? And most importantly, what are the business lessons that we can learn from the business war going between Apple and Meta?